Testing. Good afternoon. Welcome to this holiday service. Welcome to the Umpqua Unitarian Universalist Congregation, the church where, no matter whom you love or how you perceive the holy, you are here. Here you can be yourself, but not by yourself. And welcome to this, our holiday service. We come together today to honor multiple holidays and holy days. It is the time of the winter solstice when the Earth's northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, and thus the sun is in its lowest part in the sky. Astronomical solstice was yesterday afternoon at about 1:48 p.m. Our day was only 9 hours and 9 minutes long. In the southern hemisphere, the Earth tilts towards the sun. There, it is summer solstice. They're just upside down of us, as we who have traveled know that. Tonight, our Jewish siblings in faith honor the sixth night of Hanukkah. They share the story of how one's night's supply of oil miraculously burned for 7 nights in the recently reclaimed temple. We gather to honor the season and to honor this very special Christmas time.
This Christmas time is special because it's here and it's now. Later, it will still hold some of that special nature because the memories that we will treasure and the stories we will share from this holiday will continue to echo over time. The spirit of the season and the spirit of Christmas grows out of stories. So we will share tonight some stories, because there's stories of flying reindeer and elves and a magic giver of gifts called Santa Claus or Saint Nick. There are stories of soldiers a century ago on the front lines of World War I who laid down their arms and had a temporary armistice and sang carols together across what was called no man's land. We have Charles Dickinson's social justice gospel story of Ebenezer Scrooge's redemption, and tales of elves and drummers and many gifts, and every year it seems additional stories roll out in the media. And there is that ancient story from 2,000 years ago about the humble birth of a child who became a great teacher, and the story of those who brought him gifts, and many stories of the gift that is Christmas time. Tonight we take time to ponder, to sing, to share some stories, and to remember. And we'll begin our worship time with shared words of our chalice lighting, as is our tradition, and we offer this reading.
Mm-hmm. How short the daylight hours have now become. How gray the skies, how barren seem the trees.
A damp and chilling wind has gripped my mind and made me gloomy too.
But there is that in me which reaches up toward light and laughter, bells and carolers, and know that my religious myth and dream of reborn joy and goodness must be true.
Because it speaks the truth of older myths, that light returns to balance darkness, life surges in the evergreen and in us. And babes are hope and saviors of the world as miracles abound in common things. Rejoice and join in the gladness of Christmas. We invite you now to rise in body or in spirit for our opening hymn. It's number 255 in the hymnal. And most of the hymns we're singing tonight are in the hymnal. And I do want to make one comment before we begin to sing. The lyrics within the Unitarian Universalist hymnal.
225.
It's, what did I say? 225, right. I have a typo. 225. O come, Emmanuel. And what I want you to be aware is sometimes the lyrics in the Unitarian Universalist hymnal may not be the ones you remember from your childhood. I invite you to sing whatever lyrics are moving in your memory and in your heart. So please rise in body or in spirit. 225. O come, Emmanuel. Please be seated. And I have, as the case on Sunday mornings as well, a story for all ages, but I don't have a book. And I would like you to dip into your own memory and see if we can say this one together from memory. I have, if we get stuck, a copy up here. Okay, a couple of people have copies if we need them, but I don't think we're going to need them. The title was originally A Visit from St. Nick. And Clinton Moore's, one of the stories is Clinton Moore is allegedly a Unitarian. He was not. He was an Episcopalian. We like to claim him as ours. We do that with other poets as well. But he titled it A Visit from St. Nick, and it's more commonly known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And let's see how we can get close together, and we'll do it slowly to give our memory sparks time to fire. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, and hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew in a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a bluster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Let's see. Wait a minute. It's so lively and quick. I knew in a moment it must be so more rapid than eagles. His coursers they came. This is the hard part. And he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Let's see if you can get it. Now, Asher, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet and Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, rush to the sky. So up to the rooftop, as coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of snows and St. Nicholas's tree. As I drew, and then on a twinkling, I heard on the roof the dancing and dancing of each little hoof. Drew in my head and was turning around. Down the chimney, St. Nicholas came in a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flown on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his eye. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. No little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. A stump of a plot he tore apart in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. Odd face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. Twink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk. and laying a finger aside of his nose, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like a down on the thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Not bad. I suggest you might want to make that tradition here, and if we do it together every year, we'll get really good at it, right? Or at least we'll balance our remembering it with our declining memory, and we'll stay kind of balanced with it all. We're going to also do a little bit of other work by memory, and that's our next song, which is Jingle Bells. We're going to sing it a cappella, so please rise in body or in spirit again. And we're going to do the verses first. Oh, and we've got some bells coming, so we're not doing it entirely a cappella. We've got some rhythm. Okay, we got some bells out there. Are we ready? Okay.
What note do you want?
Dashing, no, is that good? Dashing or too low for most of you, but that's where I'm going to be. Dashing. The snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and rough, his motion was his black, and got into a drifting path, and soon we were beside. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Give yourself a hand and please be seated. As we continue to explore the many and varied stories of Christmas. Jason.
Sophia Foss is one of the Unitarian Universalist scholars. Anything you read by her lets you know that there is spirit when we come together. For So the Children Come, by Sophia Foss. For so the children come, and so they have been coming, always in the same way they come. Born of the seed of man and woman, no angels herald their beginnings. No prophets predict their future course. No wise men see a star to know where to find the babe that will save mankind. Yet each night a child is born, Yet each night a child is born is a holy night. Fathers and mothers, sitting beside their children's cribs, feel glory in the sight of a new life beginning They ask, where and how will this new life end? Or will it ever end? Each night a child is born is a holy night, a time for singing, a time for wondering, and a time for worshiping.
So let's do more singing. I invite you to rise in body and in spirit for our next hymn. It's number 231, Angels We Have Heard on High. Okay, are we ready? Sweetly singing o'er the plains and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why these songs of happy cheer? What bright brightness did you see? What glad tidings did you hear? Gloria in excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, whom the angels praise above. Mary, Joseph, and your reign, while we raise our hearts in Thank you, and please be seated. The story of the birth of Jesus, that man who some would later proclaim as Christ, Christos in Greek and Latin, or Messiah in Hebrew, the anointed one, the one chosen, the one who was born to bring about a change in the world. There is relatively little attention actually paid in the Christian Bible to the stories of the birth. Just a few short passages primarily in Luke and in Matthew, and we'll have some readings from Luke this morning, that began this universal, almost timeless story, the tale of the birth of new possibilities. This child who grew to be the Rabbi Jesus, to whom the Christian Gospels tell us much more. They proclaimed him in the following years following his execution that he was the anointed one. In those times, again, to be anointed was to literally have sacred oil poured on one's head. It was a sign that one had special calling or a task in life to complete. Kings were anointed at their coronation. This Jesus, who came to be called Messiah and Christ, was not royal born. His family origins and his place of birth were humble. A simple stable filled with animals. The Gospel of Luke, which was written by an author or a group of authors who sought to spread the Christian message widely, emphasize this humble aspect of his birth. Jesus was of the people. Those who first revealed news of his special birth were also of the people. Humble laborers, simple shepherds. Donna.
This is from St. Luke, chapter 2, 1 through 12. And it happened in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus to take a census of all the people in his empire. This first census took place during the governorship of Quirinius in Syria. And every man went to be registered in his own city. Joseph also went up from Nazareth, a city of Galilee, to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and family of David. He went with his purchased bride Mary, while she was with child, that they might be registered there. And it came to pass, while they were there, that her days to be delivered were fulfilled. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and she wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because they had no room where they were lodging. Now there were shepherds in that region where they were staying, and they were watching their flocks at night. And behold, the angel of God came to them, and the glory of the Lord shone on them, and they were seized with a great fear. And the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you glad tidings of great joy, which will be to all the world. For this day is born to you in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this is a sign for you. You will find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger."
I invite you again to rise in body or in spirit. Hymn 245, Joy to the World. Please be seated. The scripture story goes on to describe how this humble birth of a child born to working class parents was proclaimed with joy and great celebration. The word of his birth soon spread. We're still doing more scripture.
Oh.
Look at the other reading of that. Luke continues.
And suddenly there appeared with the angel a heavenly host, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace and good hope for men." And it came to pass, when the angels departed from them and went to heaven, that the shepherds spoke to one another, saying, "Let us go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, as the Lord has shown to us." And they came hurriedly and found Mary and Joseph and the babe laid in the manger. When they saw it, they made known the word which was spoken to them concerning the boy. And all who heard it were amazed at the things which were spoken by the shepherds. But Mary treasured all these things and pondered them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all that they had seen and heard, as it was spoken to them.
Now Sean will gift us with another song, His Peace Behold.
Just want to say a couple of words about this song. I was really touched by that piece, "For So the Children Come," because that's what this song is about. It's about the glory that comes in every soul who comes into the world. And in each of us, there is that spirit of life. So this is in celebration of that love and that life which is in each of us. I invite you to join in as you'll catch on the chorus. And harmony is nice too. Susie, can you come up and join me? You. Surprise.
Can I take this off?
Yep. Just pull it straight.
Oh my God.
No worry. Behold, 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 all beauty is in your eyes. Behold, 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 all beauty is in your eyes. For one who made all beautiful things, the one who made all beautiful things, the one who made all beautiful things created you, perfect in his sight. You were born with a twinkle in your eyes, a reflection of that brilliant light on high. Let us kindle that light till it grows so bright that we shine like the sun in the sky. Behold, 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 all beauty is in your eyes. Behold, 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 all beauty is in your eyes. For one who made all beautiful things, the one who made all beautiful things, the one who made all beautiful things created you, perfect in his sight. Though the fairest of flesh appears so fine, every flower that blooms must fade with time. But the splendor within goes beyond the skin, and its beauty is pure and sublime. Behold, 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 all beauty is in your eyes. Behold, 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 all beauty is in your eyes. The one who made all beautiful things, the one who made all beautiful things, the one who made all beautiful things created you. Perfect in his sight. This doll was fashioned out of clay. To the earth it must return someday. But a soul from above, we were made from love, and this love will never fade away. Behold, all beauty is in your eyes. Behold, behold, all beauty is in your eyes. The one who made all beautiful things, the one who made all beautiful things, the one who made all beautiful things created you. Perfect in his sight.
Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Susie, and for that gift of the season. And we have enough the gift to share with you. JC and Donna will help me as we share the American poet Maya Angelou's Amazing Peace, a Christmas poem.
Okay. We need to get to it. No, where is it?
We'll quiet a cell phone here in just a moment. The melodies in our world appear mysteriously and miraculously. Amazing Peace by Maya Angelou.
Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes, and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await us in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low and gray and threatening.
Oh, we question ourselves. What have we done to so affront nature? We worry, God, are you there? Are you there really? Does covenant you made with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters. Streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor. Come the way of friendship.
It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the hills. Floodwaters recede into memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of his aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches breeding in dark corners.
In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first, it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now. It is louder. Louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for. Not just the absence of war, but true peace. A harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and their beloveds.
We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We, Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslim, say, "Come, peace. Come and fill us and our world with your majesty." We, the Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay with us a while, so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion to community.
It is Christmas time, a halting of hate time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves to ourselves and to each other. At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ into the great religions of the world. We jubilate the precious advent of trust. We shout with glorious tongues at the coming of hope. All the earth's tribes loosen their voices to celebrate the promise of peace.
We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenward and speak the word aloud. Peace.
We look at our world, and speak the world aloud.
Peace.
We look at each other, then into ourselves, and we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, "Peace, my brother."
Peace, my sister.
Peace to all my siblings.
Peace,
my soul.
Please remain seated for our next song as we will join together in singing hymn 244, "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear." That song of peace, that song of joy.
That glorious song of old, angels bending near to touch their harps of gold. Peace on
Thank you for singing with the angels and like angels. Our closing words of benediction are from Howard Thurman. I will light candles this Christmas.
Candles of joy, despite all the sadness.
Candles of hope where despair keeps watch.
Candles of courage for fears ever present.
Candles of peace for tempest-tossed days.
Candles of grace to ease heavy burdens.
Candles of love to inspire all my living.
Candles that will burn all year long.
When the song of the angels is still.
When the star in the sky is gone.
When the kings and princes are home.
When the shepherds are back with their flock.
The work of Christmas begins. To find the lost.
To heal the broken.
To feed the hungry.
To release the prisoner.
To rebuild the nations.
To bring peace among others.
To make music in the heart. And so we will once more this evening make heartfelt music together as we will end our service with Silent Night. And we're going to start losing some light here, Al, so let's go ahead and lose the lights back there. And it's going to be a bit gray, but it's not fully dark yet. And we'll kind of walk through exactly how it's going to work. Donna and Martha, in a few minutes, will just each light a candle from our chalice flame as we begin to sing the song. And by the way, about the song, again, if the words that we project are not the words you know best of all, then sing the words you know best of all. Okay? We're going to have it projected up here, and we're going to sing 3 verses through, and then we'll go back and repeat the first verse once, maybe more times as necessary, because we want everyone to have a chance to have their candle lit. And there's a specific way to safely do this. You know, we don't merely play with fire. We honor fire in candle lighting. And what we're going to do is people will bring to you, first Donna and Martha as our acolytes in the aisle, will bring to you a flame. And you will receive a flame. And when you have a flame, you will keep your flame upright. So any drippage is captured by the paper circle, which I discovered the name of which is Bobachet. The Bobachet will protect your hands from wax if you do it carefully. Hold it upright. Hold it to the person next to you. Invite them to lean into your flame to receive, and they will hold theirs upright. The next person will lean into them. Okay? Candles upright to give the flame. Candles turn to receive. Okay? And I think we're ready to begin. And I'm going to ask our acolytes to light their candles. And before you disappear down the aisle, if one of you could light mine, please. From the chalice. Go ahead, light yours from the chalice. them softly.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
I invite you now into a time of shared silence and candlelight. Take a good cleansing breath in, and as you exhale, put your hand behind your candle and blow it out. And thank you. As we come to the end of our shared service, we invite you to stay for a bit for some cookies and juice. Remember to offer some distance in this time of caring for each other's health and well-being. You may choose to take your candle with you and light it again during the holiday season, maybe when it's really dark outside, or you can leave it in the basket by the door. So enjoy, and Merry Christmas to all, and God bless us, everyone.